I'm going to say Vegas, more than anything, is home. I'll always call it home. Leaving the state thinking I hated it because the scene sucks. Just thought I could get more out of a different city, but coming down to it, I came back to the most, loving kids, always going to shows, and I think it's totally great how everyone's always going to shows, and it's always been that way, going to shows, hanging out with friends. It's never been anything else than hanging out, basically. I think it's totally rad, and there's, you're not dealing with somebody who has to do shows, that's bigger than you. The kids are putting on shows, the kids are doing it, the kids are bringing bands, and that's what I think is awesome about it.
I wrote this one about you guys and myself, because I'm a founding member of the Army of Kids.
Like I said, when I left, the scene was dead. So I come back, there's all these new kids, like the whole Curl Up and Die crew, all those guys. And, I mean, they're always together. There's always 10 or 15 of them. And they're just excited about music. It's like they're a little army. So that's what we referred to them as the Army of Kids. And then I got to thinking, well, we're all a big army of kids. I mean, I'm 26 years old. I don't feel 26. I don't know how a 26-year-old is supposed to feel. I still feel like I'm 16. I'm still into the same stuff. Skateboarding, punk rock.
I think the scene's better than ever. I don't know. I mean, it's funny because this conversation, this question always comes up, and the bands I played in before were with a lot of kids from Henderson, and they, a lot of those guys, their older brothers played in a band called the Kickball Champs, and they used to always talk about, oh, back in the day with Kickball Champs, when Tomorrow's Gone was around and stuff. And I didn't live there then, or live here then, so I don't really know what it was like, but I don't know, they always make it out to be this great scene, which is really cool, and I've seen some videos which are rad, but, they think that now, doesn't even compare to then, but I don't know. I mean, in the last 4 years, the scene has grown so much. It's awesome.
I don't have much to say about the Las Vegas scene. Seeing it's changed quite a bit, It's off and on. Sometimes you think it's dying out, and then it pops right back up.
Everyone that goes to the punk shows goes to the punk shows, the hardcore shows. They go to every show here. Yeah. They just go to every show. People in different places. I don't know for every place, but they go only to hardcore shows, only bands that go. Everyone here is really dedicated to the scene. It's really cool.
I think it's grown a lot since I've been in the scene. How about that? It started out as desert shows and people throwing shows to have shows, not to make money, but then it veered off by people trying to take credit for shows, their own personal credit for shows, when you can't take personal credit for shows when you're not the only one taking part. The kids are coming to shows, the bands are playing, I mean, they're part of it all, and if a single person takes credit for one show, then that's just lame. you're going to take credit for a show, then you just need to get the hell out. Because there's people in the scene that do a lot of work and they don't care for any credit. They just want the bands to play and have the kids that come out to shows and rock out. But there's people who think that the bar scene, or like if they set up some big show like the Huntrage, they want to take credit for it by having a promotions company or paying people to make flyers or promoting the shows. Like, you're not in the scene for it. You're just in it to make money, and the scene is about money. Yeah, not to name any names, but there are definitely people out there trying to ruin our scene by trying to make money by charging extra for shows and things, and it's totally not worth it. You shouldn't take credit for shows.
Well, a little while ago, it was pretty bad because we used to have sound barrier, and we had a lot of good shows, you know. And then it left, so it is what it is now.
Do you think it's worse now that sound barrier is gone?
Yes, definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah, when sound barrier closed, it pretty much killed off most of what all hardcore kids were going to go see shows at.
I think what people are forgetting that there's more to this scene or this community than just shows. You know, I mean, this Balcony Lights, the store is expanded. They have books in there. I mean, people can go and read alternative books now and buy an alternative book without having to go to some chain store and buy a book. To me, that's more awesome than having some hardcore band come through town, to tell you the truth. I mean, there's a lot of rad bands that came through town that, you know, people got to see for the first time, which is really cool, but I don't know, I'd rather read a good book.
Balcony Lights is just a really laid-back place, kind of a place that's more than just music and books, and I mean, it consists of everything that everything people do in a matter of art.
Like, I don't know, it's like you go to a hardcore show and it's like 500 hardcore kids are just like the same views, like nothing, there's no one challenging each other, you know, and then you go to like a crusty punk show or whatever, it's just like, it's like the same outfit, same like everything, like everyone has the same mindset, there's like no one to challenge each other. And then here it's like, you go to a show, there's 50 different kids rocking out to the same band, everyone's hanging out talking, it's like, it doesn't matter, you know, and I think that's awesome, like people are here to like learn from each other, and I just think that's totally awesome. That's like my definition of punk right there, is like Las Vegas.
Yeah, like it's cool to always like switch it up a little, because like it also, like, people that only like seclude themselves to one part of the scene, like the hardcore scene, will come see like a pop punk band and like it'll turn them on to something, or like see like just like all kinds of different kind of music, and like to switch it up, it turns people on to different kinds of music, or just brings a lot more people out to the show to have fun. And then I don't know, it's like, it's way cooler because like Vegas is like the best example I've seen so far from every show I've been to, like here or out of town. Like there's like a set, probably 50 to 100 kids at Vegas show, like you see it every single show, and like no matter what it is, they're just there to be at the show, to have fun, to support the scene.
Seems like everyone needs to have a scene, like something to belong to, and I don't know, it's just a group of people hanging out, and it always has its ups and downs, and everyone's always trying to like say, oh, how's the scene, and it's always the same. It doesn't, I mean, honestly, it never changes. It's always the same people just doing the same things, and you know, one month there might not be a lot of shows, and next month there might be, and I mean, since I've been a part of it, it's like, you know, you have your ups and downs, but it's just the same group of kids that's hanging out and having a good time. And
it's got too much segregation, and aside from that, people talk gobs of shit, dude. Amounts and amounts of just stuff that they don't even really know if it's true or not. It's just, you know, like rumors and whatnot, so. I'm sure it happens in every scene, but since ours is so small, It's like wildfire, dude. It gets around quick.
There's going to be separation in pretty much anything. Like, people have different styles or different opinions, and they can't always all get along. Unity's a false impression that people get their hopes set on, and it'll never happen.
But it seems like here, I mean, I kind of start to see the separation now, but not as bad.
It was a new thing, so everyone was excited about it. Everybody came out. Didn't matter what kind of band was playing. Emo, crust, straight edge, hardcore, whatever. Everyone was here and everyone was having a good time. Emo power violence. Anyway, I can see the cliques starting to form. That's what the song's about. It's called The Great Divide.
You can't judge a book by its cover, and like people don't like play that into like everyday life. It's like seriously, like you can't sit there and say, oh, look at that guy, and like totally like judge him by that. Like I've never done that, and you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that, and like that's what people do. Like they sit there and like they look at themselves and they look at other people, and they're just like, I can't associate myself with them, and it's just like, why not? You know? Especially like at a show, it's like you're there for the same reason. You probably like the same music, you know, and you're sitting there. Like, why not just be friends with them, you know? Why not say, hey, my name's blah, 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 you know? And, like, you might find something interesting about the person.
Anyway, but you see all these kids come to shows, like, for, like, ever. I've been seeing, like, the same kids come to these shows. And usually they all don't talk to each other. Like, there's, like, little groups, like, you know. But they all hang out in the same places. And they don't all do the exact same things, but they all have the same, you know, pretty much goal, give or take. But it's like, I don't know, it's just like these little cliques you see. I don't know, it's sad. Yeah. It's just like, you know, you can go to the same shows and see the same kids, but they'll never talk to each other. You know, they'll never hang out afterwards.
I don't give a fuck if you're living on the streets and you're a crust punk kid. Like, I've been there, I've hung out with those kids, I've hung out with everybody. And I think that's what makes me, like, more into the scene than anything, is because I know these kids and I've hung around them, and it's not, oh, that kid's punk or that kid's hardcore. I mean, he's just a friend, and I like his ideas. It's not whether the music he likes or the way he dresses. Just hanging out with people because they have different views on different things in life. And I think it's great to have that, like, with anybody. They don't have to be a punk rock kid or anybody like that. It's just great to meet new friends and hang out.
It's good that it's happening now. I think, especially amongst all the people that you see at shows, you never really get to talk to them or see them. And then with this calendar, you know, the bike ride, you end up bumping with someone you've seen for the past 3 years at shows, you know. And this is an opportunity to actually talk to them and learn about them and what they do and what their interests are.
Vegas is definitely, I guess you could say bigger. There's a lot more excitement and energy than there's been in years. Like all the old kids that I used to go to shows with, they're all gone. I don't talk to any of those kids. I think kids get burnt out on it after a while, you know? You do something for so long and nothing comes out of it. You just give up, but I'm not ready to give up yet.
I think it just went, like, I'm hoping it didn't just go, like, to its peak and it's going down again, because it seems to go to these peaks, and, like, it was a really high peak, like it's cool if balcony lights is open and having shows, but, like, when Sound Barrier was open and, like all, like, the bands are coming, like, really good bands are always coming, and, like, there's just really big shows, and lots of kids are coming out to all their shows, like, it was super insane.
I can truly say there's a sense of community. Most people don't think that there is, but I mean, I've been down here at this store the last like 3 Sundays, came to the movies, you know, and that's what it's all about. I mean, just hanging out with good people and, you know, doing fun things. Yeah.
I love it, but that's just because I don't care if someone doesn't like me or they hate me or, oh, your website sucks, whatever. I don't care. I just go for the music and rock out.
As far as the scene here, I think, I don't know, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now. It's a new scene. I think kids are really excited about it. They're definitely not jaded because there's only been shows for the past couple of years.
There's so many shows they can say, hey, I'm just going to go to this kind of show, and they'll have so many shows to go to.
Yeah.
Like here, you're like, oh, there's a show, tonight. I'm going to go, even though I might not necessarily listen to it.
Yeah.
But bands, but out there's just like a lot more people. The shows are a lot crazier. It's cooler here.
All the kids now, they're excited, they're into it, but like I said, you get older, you start to get burnt out. All I can say is I hope it's in their hearts and they stick around. I mean, it's up to them. There's going to be tough times, like it seems like it works in cycles. The scene is built up, it's thriving for a couple of years, and it just dies off. And it takes a lot to suffer through those tough times, but there's always kids who stick it out, and they'll be here to rebuild it again when it happens.
Like at work, like I have friends at work that are like 30, 40 years old, and like I tell them what I do, like during the weekends, like, oh, you go to raging parties and get, hammered, and and I'm like, no, you go to shows and you're hanging out and you watch the band and like you're there to share ideas and stuff, and like no one they see punk as like what it was in like 1977 as just some like joke, like fuck the establishment or whatever, and it's like so much more than that, Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Hey, what's up, Kyle? How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
The other day somebody asked me, they're like, so you guys going for the ultimate goal, blah, 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 and I'm just like, I don't know, I mean, what does that mean? They're like, oh, to make money and be famous, and it's just like, no, I mean, we just want to play music, and it's hard for people to understand that sometimes, I guess. I mean, I don't know, we just like to play music, and if we sell some records, that's cool, I'd rather play shows, though.
People thinking it's just the Strip and there's nothing out there. Bands play here once, maybe 5 kids will come out. They don't expect to come back or want to come back because of the way they've been treated before by getting paid or the places they played. But the bands who have gave Vegas a second chance always come back, and I think they get more support than anybody now. How kids keep coming back to their shows. And Vegas has kids, and every town has a kid. Like, just think of Utah. I mean, you wouldn't think there's anything there in like a small town of St. George, but yet they get as many kids as we are as a show.
For one, there's a million good bands right now. I mean, that definitely gets kids excited to come out to shows. I mean, I could probably name like 10 awesome bands in Vegas right now, whereas 4 years ago there was maybe 2. I think like punk and hardcore has definitely gotten bigger as far as like being seen in the media.
I don't know, the bands are better. And we're kind of, I don't know, everyone's still pretty much the same. There's a lot of separation, but you get used to it. It's better than a lot of other places that I've been.
I think it's great, I think everybody is, for the most part, working together, helping each other out with shows, and any time a band starts, they pretty much have a show right when they start.
Every one of us was like that kid. Like, we've all been going to the punk shows and like getting stoked or going to any shows and like I think it's cool. I wish a lot more kids from high school would be interested in shows because like that's where our scene is going to be in the next years.
I don't know. I guess a lot of people think it's pretty crappy, but I don't know. I've been other places and this is pretty good. You know, we've got it better than most people realize. You know, just because there isn't a show every night doesn't mean something.
Bum me out too is like when we play, like some people have like I guess a problem with this like as far as us or like just certain kids come to the scene and like they make fun of the kids, like I don't know who they are, but like they make fun of like kids wearing backpacks. It's the backpack kids or like just like people just making fun of people like overall like that's like there's not that much of it, but like there shouldn't be any of it at all.
That's true. A lot of kids go to every single show and we barely even know their names, and they say this is for the kids and they don't even know who they're singing to, or the kids are singing along, and I think it's complete bullshit how we go to shows and we don't say hi to our friends or the people we see all the time. I mean, we only live once, and to see somebody every day of your life or every day on a weekend to go to shows and not say anything to them and send a song out to all the kids, I think it's wrong.